Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Cameron. I'm a licensed esthetician and licensed aesthetics instructor and the owner of Lash Queen Beauty Company, an aesthetics and eyelash extension retailer located in Greensboro, North Carolina. You can connect with me here on my Instagram here. This video is going to be a classic lash tutorial. So classics have truly been the foundation of lashing. I love doing classic lashes. It's actually one of my most booked sets, and I want to show you guys the mapping and placement for creating a very nice classic set. So for starters, I'm going to be doing a placement of the under eye pads, and where you get your under eye pads, believe it or not, makes a huge difference. So these are from Lash Queen Beauty Company. What I love most about our lash products is that they are fresh. You are not going to be getting products that have been sitting on the shelves for many months or many years, like when you shop at Amazon. If you've purchased hydrogel pads from Amazon before, sometimes they come moldy, and that's because they are not sitting in the proper elements, whereas a lash company like myself, we focus on how the product is held on the shelf, how long it needs to be on the shelf, and we really pride ourselves in making sure our shoppers have the best lash products that the industry has to offer. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this tutorial. So classic lashes have truly become a lost art in the lash industry, and if I'm being honest, it's because you cannot hide your mistakes as well with classics as you can a volume set. Okay, because with classics you are able to see every single lash and you can tell immediately when a lash is off. And so I'm going to show you here in this tutorial how I get perfect classic lash extensions for my clients. This is actually a custom map that I created for myself, that I created for my clients that they absolutely love. Like I said, it's one of my most booked sets. We're going to be going in with 0.18 C curl spikes, and we are creating a wet set. Going in with our 0.18 C curl spikes in the length 15 millimeter, 0.18 C curl in 13 millimeters, and then we are going to be using base lashes 9, 11, and 13 millimeter as well. Okay, so this is such a gorgeous set. A lot of times people don't like to use different curls and different lengths with their classics, but I'm going to highly recommend that you use, especially if you're doing wispy sets, you want to use at least 4 lengths, 2 different curls. I know some people are like, oh, I'm not using that many different lengths. That is why your sets look very uniform and boring, okay? You want to make sure that you're providing lots of texture, and a way to do that is to use different lengths in your set. So highly recommend that you do that, and I'm going to map out exactly where these lashes are going to go. Starting with my 15 millimeter is going to be in the middle because we're going to create a wispy set, but it's also going to be a wispy open eye set. So the focus is where the longer lashes, 15 millimeter, are going to sit in the middle. I'm going to have some base lashes that are going to be on that second layer that are going to be 2 to 3 lengths shorter, and if you're doing a wispy set, you want to follow that rule. Use 2 to 3 lengths shorter to create that texture. Of course, all of the lashes and products used in this video are from Lash Queen Beauty Company. I'll be sure to link everything below that I intend to use. So of course you want to brush those natural lashes out. Okay, so I obviously didn't show you guys in this video how I usually prep the lashes. I'm usually doing a lash bath where I cleanse the lashes 2 times, and then I go in and rinse with either a distilled water or saline solution. Most of the time I'm using saline solution, especially for fills, but for full sets I oftentimes do use distilled water. But either of those are really great. Saline solution more so if you're focusing on improving your client's retention. So with our classic sets, you want to make sure you brush out those natural lashes. And if you are a beginner watching this, I want you to go ahead and practice what you see me doing right now, which is just isolating with both tweezers. The reason that classic lashes can take so long for some lash artists is because they are isolating with only one tweezer. If you can get in the habit of isolating every lash using 2 tweezers, you are going to be very fast at isolating classic lashes and moving through your set quicker. Okay, so go through this exercise. You can actually put a strip lash on top of this mannequin and just practice isolating before we even get into placement. Alright, going in for our first one-to-one classic lash application. A huge thing as well that I want to mention is adhesive control. So you want to make sure that the adhesive is not riding too far up the lashes. I usually like to place adhesive to where it's about halfway through so that it can really bond to the natural lash. So if you see here, I'm going to zoom in so you can see much better. I am taking that Classic Lash extension and I am placing it underneath the client's natural lash. Okay, I prefer to put my Classic Lash extensions underneath my client's lashes, their natural lashes, because it gives them much better retention. I also tend to hold the extension in place like I'm showing you in this video for a few seconds before I move on. I also tend to slowly adjust the lash so that it is sitting up perfectly straight. Okay, we don't want our lashes to, look like they're throwing up gang signs and to be moving around, which is common when it comes to the Classic Lash application. A lot of times people are using regular classic lashes. That's also something I want to mention. We at Lash Queen Beauty Company only retail flat ellipse lashes. So what you're seeing here is actually not a regular classic lash. It's an ellipse lash that has a base that makes it much easier for you to apply classic lashes. Unlike the normal regular classic lashes that have a round base, that's actually what causes the extensions to kind of wiggle around and move around on the natural lash and making them look a bit wonky. So I would recommend that you invest in an ellipse lash. I'm also going to be including a discount code at the end of this video if you'd like to shop quality lash extension products from Lash Queen Beauty Company. I promise you will absolutely love these classic lash products, and it will show you the difference between shopping quality materials than just shopping cheap lash products that are cheaply made. And so I'm just repeating these steps. I actually prefer to place my spikes first, so that's why I'm going in with 15mm first. And because these lashes don't have layers, they do, but they're not like as layered as a normal set would be. The first layer is going to be where I put my spikes so that they don't get lost, and then the base lashes will go on the second and third layer. I do want to talk a little bit about taping tricks. So although this is a mannequin head, I just want to show you guys a few ways that you can tape your client's eyelids so that you can better expose the lashes for better application. If you place the tape in the middle of the lash line and pull outwards, you're going to be exposing those inner corner lashes much better, which makes it much easier for application, especially if you're going to be using like 8s and 9s and shorter lashes on the inner corner. This second taping trick is a tape back method. So this method actually allows you to expose the layers that are underneath your first layer, which is really great for creating wispy sets. Now I'm going to keep on going and keep continuing and showing you the spike placement. We are placing the spikes on our first layer, and then underneath that layer we are going to place the base lashes to create the illusion of a wispy style. If you have clients that they're not super crazy about length, I would definitely make sure you use a shorter spike. So if you notice on my mapping, I'm using a 13mm C-curl spike on closer to the inner corner. It's not too close in the inner corner to a point where it's going to be annoying, but I did go down on the inner corner and the outer corner, and I'm also going to use shorter base lashes there as well, because I don't want the spikes to be annoying. You don't want your spikes to touch your client's inner corner eyelid, because that's what's going to cause them to basically rub them out. So hopefully you lay down on your spikes and you get something like this. Your spikes should be evenly placed, kind of full, before you even move on to applying the base lashes. Now it's time to apply the base lashes. After you've applied all your spikes on both eyes, then you can go through and start applying base lashes. So I'm going to be using lashes that are 2 to 3 millimeters shorter than my spikes to create that wispy effect. You don't want your spikes to get lost in your classic sets, and this is a great way to assure that. Also, make sure you are using lashes with a stable curl. You want to make sure that you are investing in a good quality classic lash tray because your clients are going to become obsessed with this. Our classic lash trays are ellipse flat lashes, so they make application much easier for you. We do offer a variety of densities so that you can still provide a very nice classic look that is still noticeable, because for some people, they don't like offering their clients classic lashes because they feel like they're just not noticeable and that they're not, you can't even tell that you have lashes on. And with our classics, your clients are going to fall in love, especially with these textured full looks that we offer.
I hear you talking about we a lot, or you speak French now. Giving me the sign, so I gotta take a hint now. I hit you up like, do you wanna hang right now? On the east side, and you know I'm with the gang right now. You say, do I wanna watch? Do I know what time it is right now? Yeah. It's after 2 a.m. and that's asking a lot of you right now. All she talking about is come and see me for once. Come and see me for once. You don't ever come to me. You don't ever come to me. All she ever says is come and see me for once. Come and see me for once. You don't ever come to me. You don't ever come to me. What it is, ho? What's up? I've been up for 2 whole days thinking what I did to keep you going.
So you definitely want to make sure you seal the lashes with a bonder. So I'm going in with our baby girl bonder that is going to seal any fumes that a client might experience prior to opening her eyes. I normally also have my Glamcore Flow, which is just a fan that I don't have to hold, but it's a fan that I use and let my clients sit on the dryer, under the dryer for about 2 minutes, where they basically dry their lashes out completely. I also may do like a saline solution rinse, or possibly provide them with an artificial tear so that their eyes can kind of come back to normal and not be so irritated post application. This is what the set looks like on the client. Okay, this is one of my good clients, Crystal. She absolutely loves this look, gets it all the time, never lets me do anything else because this is her go-to look. Very nice, very noticeable, but not overpowering, and it really complements your client's face. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.